Children, so welcome to the session. So last class we discussed about the plastics and the environment, the classifications of plastics and what are the characteristics of plastics. The plastics can be classified into two major parts. What are the children? Yes, one is thermoplastic and another one is thermosetting plastics. And what are the hazards of the plastics and how we can reduce the plastics in our day-to-day life, that we discuss in the topic that is environment. And now we are going to discuss the book bag questions. The first question is, explain why some fibers are called synthetic. So why some fibers are called synthetic? So synthetic fibers. So what are the synthetic fibers are there? Rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. So rayon, it is a semi-synthetic fiber. So why we can tell it as semi-synthetic fiber? Because it is obtained from wood pulp. The wood pulp is existing naturally, so we can tell it as semi-synthetic fibers. The remaining fibers, that is nylon, polyester and acrylic, which are artificially synthesized. So that's why we can tell it as synthetic fibers or artificial fibers or man-made fibers. So these fibers are prepared by using chemicals. That is, for nylon 66 we can use the monomer compounds, and for polyester also we can use the monomer compounds, and for acrylic also we can use the monomer compounds. So these are all the chemicals. So there are some fibers that are prepared by man by using chemicals, and they do not exist naturally. So synthetic fibers do not exist naturally. So the examples of synthetic fibers are rayon, nylon, acrylic and polyester. So these are all the examples of the synthetic fibers. Okay children, shall we go for the next question? Okay, fine. The second question is, rayon is different from synthetic fibers. Because why rayon is different from synthetic fibers? What is the reason children? Rayon is obtained from wood pulp, so it is called as semi-synthetic fibers. Because wood pulp is in naturally exists, so we can tell it as rayon as a semi-synthetic fibers. It is entirely different from the synthetic fibers. The options are, the first option is, it has a silk-like appearance. It's correct? No. And it is obtained from wood pulp? Yes. The rayon is obtained from wood pulp, so only we can tell it as it is a semi-synthetic fiber. And third option is, its fibers can also be woven like those of natural fibers. So the correct answer is B. It is obtained from wood pulp. And next question, synthetic fibers are also called dash or dash fibers. So actually fibers are classified into two major parts. One is natural fiber and another one is synthetic fiber. So natural fiber is obtained from plants and animals. Synthetic fibers, it is also called as artificial fibers or man-made fibers. So the answer is artificial or man-made fibers. And next question, synthetic fibers are synthesized from raw material called. So what is the raw material for synthetic fibers? That is petrochemical. The answer for the question is petrochemicals. And next is, like synthetic fibers, plastic is also here. So plastics can be prepared with the polymer compounds. For example, you can, how the carry bags can be prepared. So what is the polymer compound there? Yes, it is polythene. For that we need, what is the monomer we need? Ethene. Through polymerization we can get the polythene carry bags. And PVC pipes, you can see now, PVC pipes. So what is the full form of PVC? Polyvinyl chloride. So it's also a polymer. So what is the monomer for that we need? Yes, the monomer is vinyl chloride. So through vinyl chloride, when we polymerize the compound, we can get the polyvinyl chloride compound, that is PVC. So plastics is also a polymer. It is also a polymer. And next is, give examples which indicate that nylon fibers are very strong. So why we can tell it as nylon fibers are very strong? How the nylon can be prepared? So what is the example for nylon, children? Yes, nylon 6,6. How it can be prepared? So what is the starting material we needed? Yes, we need the two monomer compound. One is hexamethylene diamine and another one is adipic acid. So what is the polymerization process here we have to do? Yes, it is condensation polymer. So condensation polymerization means elimination. So here what will be eliminated? Yes, the water molecule is eliminated. So from that we can get nylon 6,6. So why? The nylon fibers are very strong. What is the reason? Give some example for that. The examples are, the first is parachutes and ropes of rock climbing are made of nylon. So parachutes and rock climbing. So in the parachutes there is a rope is there, no? And for rock climbing we need the ropes. So these ropes are made up of nylon. It's very strong. So that's why only it can be used for parachutes and ropes of rock climbing. And next example is, so nylon is used in making seat belts, fishing nets and tire cords. So nylon is used for making seat belts. So we can manufacture the seat belts with the polymer, that is nylon. So it's very strong. And fishing nets. So these fishing nets can be prepared with the nylon fiber. And tire cord. So inside the tire there is a nylon fibers will be there. What is the reason, children? That's why the tire it will be strong. So for make the tire is a strong. So before the rubber coating, before the rubber is there now, so in that we have to first coat it with, we have to fill them with the nylon fibers. So that's why it will be, the tires are very strong. Next applications are, next examples are, so nylon is used in making sports accessories like rackets. So these rackets can be used, it can be prepared from the nylon fibers. So these are all the examples which indicates the nylon fibers are very strong. The first point is parachutes and ropes of rock climbing are made of nylon. And second is nylon is used in making seat belts, fishing nets and tire cords. And third one is nylon is used in making sports accessories like rackets. And next question is, explain why plastic containers are favored for storing foods. What is the reason why the plastic containers are favored for storing food? Because the plastic, it does not react with water and air. So plastic does not react with water and air. It's non-reactive. Plastic does not react. And second is, it is durable. Durable means it's used for long time. It's durable and lightweight. Its weight is very less. So we can carry wherever we can go. And it do not corrode. The plastics do not corrode. What is the reason? Yes, it is non-reactive. So that's why it will not react with some other compounds, that is water, air. If the metals are reacted with water or air, means it will be corroded, no. So that corrosion will not be applicable in the plastics, because plastics are non-reactive. If we take the iron metal, so you can see in your home constructions or iron gates are there, no. So what is the reason to apply the paint on the iron gate? Why we have to apply paint? Yes, to avoid the corrosion. If we didn't apply the paint on the iron, so what will happen? A brown layer it will be formed. It will be formed hydrated ferric oxide. So the iron is reacted with moisture. So moisture means water molecule and oxygen. With it will form ferric oxide. It will form hydrated ferric oxide. So that indicates the brown layer which is obtained on the iron. So to avoid that only we have to apply the paint. But in plastics it will not react with any other compounds. It is non-reactive. So that's why the corrosion will not take place. And next is, it is cheap. The cost is little bit cheap. So we can buy the plastics. So these are the questions. The remaining questions we will discuss in the